another Bear Technique episode. We are looking at the Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 8.7 LTE phablet. That's right. I said phablet. Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 8.7 LTE, today's phablet. Yes, the Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 8.7 LTE tablet is a considerable step up from last year's Galaxy Tab A7 Lite. At last, Samsung has opted to put 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage in this device. As a result, the Galaxy Tab A9 8.7 LTE is significantly faster and responsive. There is considerable power to it. No, it's not going to run high-end 3D graphic-intensive games flawlessly, but if you like to be productive on the fly and enjoy consuming media such as streaming platforms, then the Galaxy Tab A9 8.7 LTE, what a mouthful, could be for you. In fact, it reminds me of the Samsung Galaxy Mega handset a few years back. You may have noticed that many smartphones are pushing towards a 7-inch screen. They stop short before 7 inches. Just think back to when Google put out the Nexus 7 tablet with a 7-inch screen. It was a big deal back then. But, of course, typically of Samsung, it created a new category of smartphone with the release of the 5-inch Galaxy Note. The phablet was born. Wow. Fast forward to now, 2024, the phablet is no more. Well, arguably, the Galaxy Tab A9 8.7 LTE tablet is the new phablet. I think so. Why should you care? It's cost-effective. £229 buys you 8GB of RAM, 128GB of storage, which is expandable to 1TB via a dedicated microSD card slot, and has a 5100 mAh battery, which really should be something in the region of 6100 mAh. Furthermore, there is a headphone jack, remember that? It also has stereo speakers. Because the Galaxy Tab A9 8.7 LTE can utilize a SIM card, it means you have an internet connection on the go. No need to rely on Wi-Fi or a portable MiFi device. The 8.7-inch TFT LCD screen is quite spacious, and remains portable. It'll easily fit in a shoulder bag or handbag. It is also very light. Therefore, it will be easier to be productive as you have more screen space. Watching streaming media and playing decent game titles should be more pleasing than using a smartphone. Bigger is better, when it comes to a screen. It's a device that facilitates productivity on the fly, and media consumption. It fits many use case scenarios. Mothers keeping their child occupied, and off their smartphones, content creators, streaming media consumers, moderate gamers, and so on. The Galaxy Tab A9 8.7 LTE makes for a good secondary phone. Depending on what you are doing, you can share the load. For example, you could shoot high-quality video with your premium flagship smartphone, and transfer the files and edit it on the Galaxy Tab A9 8.7 LTE. For sure, it saves you battery power on your main phone. Camera system. You have to know that the camera system on the Galaxy Tab A9 8.7 LTE is not going to be great. The camera system is pretty basic. It will do for video calling and to take the odd photo and video. You're not buying this device for the cameras. You shouldn't be. The main camera is 8 megapixels with autofocus. It can record video in 1080p at 30 frames per second. The selfie camera is 2 megapixels. The 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage is, in my opinion, the best iteration. The 4GB model may prove to be too sluggish. 64GB of storage isn't much these days. To be honest, I wish there was a standardization in that these budget-friendly tablets should have a minimum of 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage by default as a minimum standard. I'm sure that will be the case going forwards. Well, this concludes the Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 8.7 LTE review. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next review.